Hello, my lovelies. This is going to be our weekly live. We're going to see what the F is going on, what's happening, what kind of the energy is, and see what we can do about it. So we'll get some good shuffles, see if anybody jumps on. And if no one jumps on, it'll be a short live, and that's all right, too. All right, so let's see. I have 4 different readings that we're going to do today for what the F. Let's see what kind of information we can gather. Always seem to turn my upside down when I shuffle anymore. All right, let's see what we have going on. That one didn't shuffle at all. Time to clear the energy. All right, let's see. So we're going to start with what the F is going on. So what's your emotions? What's the collective's emotions about the current situation on your mind? All right, your emotions, King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles normally is a lot of stability, especially in finances. So there's some imbalance going on. Could be somebody who's maybe a bit oppressive in your life, or there's like a lot of things going on with work that has you feeling really kind of stuck, or like there's not a lot of advancement maybe for what you do for work. Could also be a partnership that maybe this person's kind of controlling. Maybe this person kind of controls the money in your situation, so that might be an issue. Yeah, there needs to be some more balance, especially in finances, it looks like. So there's money coming in. There's more than enough that's coming in to help balance things out. But in the meantime, it's suggested that you kind of watch what you're spending, that you're making sure that you're not overspending, blowing a budget, things like that, that's going to be super important going forward. And that we need to be very careful of who's around us at this time, that there's some sneaky, underhanded people, liars, cheaters, manipulators, and thieves, that we want to watch out for that. So that's our emotions about the current situation. What's holding you back in your current situation? The Magician. You're the creator of your destiny. You are able to manifest the life that you want to live. This is something that you have all the tools at your disposal. So what's holding you back is this other person or this situation that's kind of oppressing you, or it's causing you to doubt yourself, or maybe financially you feel really stuck. I feel like for some of you it's really a work situation, or maybe lack of hard work. If you aren't putting in the hard work, I feel like that could really be an obstacle as well. You need to be willing to do the hard work in order to be successful. And the King of Swords. Again, so we have a lot of people that maybe are kind of tyrants in the collective right now that you're dealing with. Not that you, the collective, but people in your circle or people that you deal with. So whether this is a partner, a boss, parents, whatever, partnerships, lovers, things like that. Somebody who's kind of cold, abrasive, tyrannical, authoritarian, really commands or demands respect. And I feel like this is really difficult for you to kind of keep dealing with this. And so we want to kind of try and change things. It looks like there's some options opening up, so that you won't be held back for much longer, but that you really need to choose wisely. So if it's job related, then there's going to be multiple options. Throw a bunch of applications out there. They gave me the scenario of spaghetti. Throw it against the wall and see what sticks. So I feel like you need to expand your horizons. You need to try new things and maybe step out of your comfort zone. And I feel like you really do need to focus on what you do not want, not what you don't want. So that's going to be important for what's holding you back. All right, how to handle the problem. There's some sort of wish fulfillment coming in. So again, I think you have lots of options, that you need to think positive about this situation for things to actually change. So the outcome, that you need to let go of the toxicity, let go of the cycles that don't work, let go of codependency, addictions, let go of relationships that make you feel stuck, trapped, or bound, and that you need to be willing to do the hard work in order to get to where you actually want to be in life. So that's going to be super important. All right, so that's our first reading for what the F is going on. Let's see, we're going to do what the hell just happened is our next reading. We're going to use this deck. Let's see, what the hell just happened. All right, what just happened? What just happened for the collective? Ooh, opportunities. So we're closing out old chapters. We're starting something new, triumphing over things. Travel is also opening up, a whole world of possibilities. I feel like if this is related to work, that you might get to travel for work. And I said get to travel, not have to travel. I feel like that's something that maybe you want to do. Maybe you're going to move, relocate, travel. Maybe you're taking a vacation. It's summertime here in the United States. So maybe those things are opening up for you. So that could be something that's happening. I also feel like you're going to have a lot of strength in your current situation in order for these changes to take place. So inner strength, courage, knowledge, all of those things kind of happening for you. I think you need to follow your heart. I think that's the biggest obstacle that you might be facing, is pleasing others is not going to work in this situation, that you need to actually follow your heart. And for some of you, that's going to be someone from your past, maybe resurfacing, rekindling things. This could be soulmate energy. But the Six of Cups is really reminiscing about the past. So remember that you can't go backwards, that we have to keep going forwards. But I think there's some sort of like evolution that's happening. So how do you feel about this? Well, there's currently a lot of conflict and chaos. So that needs to be resolved. Clashing egos, competition, rivalry, could have to do with a job, could also have to do with like relationships. But we're closing these cycles out, that we're not going to keep doing these things because it's not working. Okay, what in the hell did I learn from this? Well, you need to listen to your intuition first of all. You need to know that you're super strong and super courageous, and that we all have that within us. So it's almost like you need to really tap into that energy, that you do want to keep going forward. I feel like what you're learning from this is some really difficult lessons, but it's also showing you kind of what you're made of. So I feel like there's a lot of creativity that comes from learning these hard lessons about the past, especially in past relationships, and that I feel like there's this spark of creativity. And so there's definitely some things that you really want to pay attention to. Your dreams could be showing you things that are important. Could be a creative project, like a spark of creativity that comes through, that you're going to have some strength to kind of put some momentum behind these things to get them off the ground. That's going to be important as well. All right, so how do I use the lesson and grow? So this comes out with the Six of Cups. We have the Lovers, which is Gemini energy. So this person only has eyes for you and vice versa. And I feel like you're looking for that unconditional love in your life, and that you've had to learn a lot of hard lessons about yourself, about what you want, what you don't want, and that you're closing these old chapters out, or you need to. If you're still in these cycles where nothing's really changed, then it's time to do something else. There may be some competition. There may have been some cheating, some infidelity. Someone may have played you as an option. And I feel like when you finally wake up and you see that for what it is, you get this aha moment that comes through, that it's like, okay, now I understand why this didn't work, that I'm looking for someone who has unconditional love for me, not that spreads the love with everybody else. So if you look at this card, this is definitely two people who are completely in love with each other. So some sort of decision about love or a love relationship is going to need to be made. And I do feel like there could be someone from the past that's resurfacing. You're going to have to decide whether this is somebody that you want or somebody that you don't want. So what do we need to know about the lesson, and how do we grow from this? All right, so we're going to have to leave conflict and chaos behind us. We're going to close that old chapter. We get that sort of aha or spiritual awakening. The epiphany is coming through, and judgment's being passed. So whether that's judgment from you, others, or the divine is passing judgment to kind of level the playing field and clear and deal some karma. What else do we need to know? It's time to end this cycle. That this is something that I feel like you need to walk away from, that it's a heavy burden. It's a lot of backstabbing and betrayal from this past relationship, and that those were lessons that you needed to learn about yourself and about your journey and about how strong you actually are to overcome these things. And by doing those, and to realize your self-worth, and to realize that you deserve something that's peaceful, that's better, and that's balanced, you are going to welcome in the love that you actually desire. So that's what we have for our second reading. All right, let's see. Our next one is going to be, what is wrong with them? Get my cards out of here. Just reading the chat. Hi, sunshine. All right, we're going to see what's wrong with this other person. All right, so who are they? Who is this person? All right, could be dealing with a Taurus. The Hierophant symbolizes things like spiritual ascension, a lot of growth spiritually, connecting to source, your higher self, and your higher power, as well as not conforming to societal norms. So this is really telling us that we need to grow from this experience, and that's teaching us a lot of lessons. And so even though this person might rub us the wrong way, or we might be dealing with things that we wish we weren't, that this is important. This is a lesson that we need to take and grow from whatever it is that's trying to teach us something. It could also be a marriage for some of you, that maybe you're finally going into some sort of commitment, or you could be married to the person that you're thinking about. So how did this person start their shit? All right. So it started in the relationship. I feel like it could be a long-term commitment or even a marriage. But this is normally somebody who's very romantic, somebody who's very devoted. The King of Cups, I usually say, is the ideal father figure. It's water sign energy, so Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. And I feel like this person kind of snowed you, that they kind of wined you and dined you. They gave you all the things you were looking for. So it's like, so what changed in the situation? So how did this start? Well, there needs to be a lot of hard work put into this situation, and I feel like one person is not doing their part. So that could definitely have been what started all of this and what's wrong with the situation. Lack of effort. I feel like one person is putting in the effort, but maybe the other person kind of isn't at this time. So what's the goal with their behavior of acting like this? They think they're going to get some sort of payoff from it, is what it looks like. I don't know if this is actually like a goal of theirs, but I feel like the goal for whoever, one of you, is that you wanted marriage and commitment. And I think one of you was willing to do the hard work, and one of you, it doesn't look like necessarily was. So we're about to get some clarity on that situation. We're about to see things for what they truly were, have some sort of truth be revealed, some sort of creative thinking, or some sort of breakthrough. There might be some competition. There could be some rivalry, lots of arguing, lots of conflict, clashing egos. So again, I feel like only one person is really doing the hard work or putting in the effort. Let's see, what can be done about it? Well, we have to let go of the overthinking about the situation, and we have to see the truth and the clarity. So that's the first thing, that there's a lot of anxiety because of all the competition, all the clashing egos, all the fighting and the conflict. And so that needs to end, that there needs to be some sort of resolution. And currently we're in a state of imbalance in a relationship. So there's a lot of discord, separation, incompatibility, or a power struggle and imbalance going on. So what can we actually do to fix this? All right, you need to start thinking about your future. You need to start thinking about what you want for your future, what you want that to look like. Are you going to travel? Are you going to change jobs? Are you going to relocate? What does your future look like, with or without this person? But some sort of decision needs to be made about what you're going to do going forward, going out of the conflict, out of the chaos and things like that. So come up with some sort of plan for your future, and travel is also indicated. So maybe you need to take a trip or get away from this situation. What happens if nobody stops this current situation? There's going to be a lot of pain, a lot of grief, a lot of sadness. And so shifting your perspective on this situation and trying new things is going to be huge for things to actually change. There is some sort of growth, some sort of creative project, and we have this in the other reading as well, that there's creative outlets that are coming through that are bringing you some sort of new beginning, and it's going to help you to see things more clearly. But again, we have the need for balance in this situation. So I feel like if there isn't balance, we need to work on that. We can't keep juggling things forever. There's some sort of choice that needs to be made, or balance needing to be restored. All right, so what happens if nobody stops this person? That you will have to make some sort of decision. So this really tells you that you need to face your fears. And I feel like there needs to be not a confrontation, but there needs to be like a logical conversation had about the situation. What doesn't work, what does work, and come up with a solution. You're going to be facing some sort of opposition with this situation, but you need to make a decision on what you want to do. So some sort of choice has to be made about this love situation, and you may have to actually take a leap of faith and try something or someone new. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. But if there's, if you got a squeaky wheel, you need to actually address that. So I feel like there could potentially be somebody new coming in as well. Yeah, and that could lead to a lot more happiness. Whatever isn't balanced, you either need to work on the balance. If both people aren't ready to work on the balance, it's time to cut your losses. You're going to have some sort of breakthrough, some sort of clarity in this situation to see what you need going forward. And I feel like when you start planning for the future and you really come up with what it is you do want and start facing your fears and working towards those choices, then you have a new opportunity coming in that leads to a lot of happiness, a lot of accomplishments, and it really is a fresh start going forward. Okay, so our last reading that we're going to do today is what the actual F is going on. So let's see what we have for that one. We're going to use this deck. I'm good today, Sunshine. Thank you. How are you doing? All right. So what the actual F? What is the challenge that we're currently facing? All right. Four of Swords. So we're very burnout. So we've passed the point of no return, that we can't keep doing what we've been doing, burning the candle at both ends, that we need some rest and recovery because we have taken on too much. We have done too much. We can't keep doing this. And so we're burnout. So something has to give. All right. What is hounding me at this time? Let's see. Ace of Pentacles. So this is in reverse. So we have some greed. So there's some greed, some poor planning, bad judgment with money. So that could be hounding you, maybe financially not doing so well at this time. So what's real about this situation? All right, Two of Cups also in reverse. So some sort of separation. I feel like there's some incompatibility, imbalance in a relationship that came out with the other cards as well. So we're burnout and we're exhausted of the situation. Bad decisions with money, poor planning, someone's being greedy, someone's taking advantage of things, the financial situation isn't going well, and it's like things just as a whole are not doing great. So that's what we are needing to work on. So what's real in this current situation? All right, Four of Cups also in reverse. You might be a little bored in this relationship, not motivated, being pessimistic, not optimistic about your situation. What else do we need to know about what's real with this situation? Okay, Queen of Pentacles also in reverse. So I feel like normally she would be a healer, but I feel like there could be some jealousy or malicious intent going on, either you or this other person. And I almost feel like a lot of resentment coming through. So like this would be a situation where maybe the partnership isn't working, maybe the person isn't pulling their weight financially, maybe around the house, maybe there's a lot of neglected feelings, responsibilities, poor decisions with money, and so that creates a period of separation or distance. And you're feeling like this isn't a compatible or balanced relationship, and so you may be really bored with the current situation, whether this is work or love. We do have cups here twice, so I do feel like love could also be a factor. And that we have to get motivated to change. And so we have to let go of the negative energy, the jealousness, the petty things, the malicious intent, and that we really do need to restore balance. All right, so what's wrong with this situation? Okay, so finances could definitely be part of it. So we need more money coming in. It looks like that's starting to change. So we made some bad decisions. We're learning from that, or we need to learn from that so that we can make better investments. Could be a raise, promotion, some sort of unexpected money coming in, but definitely more than enough to cover what you need. There, we go from a period of separation and not compatible and imbalanced to very happy. So I think that there needs to be some major changes dealt with across the board in this situation, and love especially. So if something isn't working and it can't be fixed, let it go. So you can welcome in your happily ever after. Could also be marriage. You may have also come from a period of separation in a marriage or relationship into union. So some things are transitioning. Could also be a brand new person. The Ace of Cups is a brand new offer of love and happiness. and Seven of Swords. We've got to be cautious of liars, cheaters, manipulators, untrustworthy people, that we don't want to be manipulated anymore. So you're burnout with that. Maybe this person really burned you financially, and so it's time to let go of those things and finally move forward in a new direction. All right, so somebody needs to take action. We need to be really brave, and I feel like part of that is that we need to be brave with having these hard conversations with people in our lives, as well as we need to be able to take some action. So having the conversation with whoever the person is that's burnt you out, or, you know, having boundaries, or dealing with people who you're not compatible with, that we need to have those hard conversations and say, this isn't working for me and I need something to change. Remember, we can't change other people, but we sure the heck can change ourselves. So we need to do that. Yep, and Ten of Swords. So you're very bored in this situation, whether it's work, whether it's love. You may have hit rock bottom, and that might be the catalyst for the change. It's like you almost have to pick yourself up off the floor, dust yourself off, and try something else, because what you're currently doing is not working. And so the whole shitstorm that you're dealing with needs to be dealt with, and you can't put your head in the sand and expect things to get better. Okay, so where do I need more information? All right, so you need some clarity. So I feel like that conversation needs to be had. There could also be some sort of breakthrough after the fact, but I think part of that is just a conscious choice to say, I'm done with this and I want things to change. All right, what else do we need to know? Let's see, Three of Cups. So some good news is coming. I feel like this is more money coming in, as well as it could be marriage coming in. But I think the marriage happens after a period of separation, after an ending, because we also have a new love offer coming in. So I think that the reason to celebrate could be a couple of things. One, it's good news about money. Two, it might be that things actually change in an existing relationship, or something ends and that gives you the celebration. Or three, it's a new opportunity coming in that's a lot better suited for you. It's way more compatible, a lot more fulfilling, and that gives you a reason to celebrate. And if I didn't say so, you could also be attending somebody else's celebration of wedding. And so that might be where you meet a new person as well. The Ten of Wands. It's time to let go of the heavy burden. You have the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Both of these are about letting go of the obstacles, letting go of the BS, letting go of the things that aren't serving you. And that's what you need the information about. It's like, take note of what's working, take note of what isn't working, and decide what you want to let go of and decide what you want to do. You have the power. All right, so what can you do about all of this stuff? What can be done? All right, so we definitely need to maybe be cautious that we aren't hoarding resources, that we aren't stingy. I feel like there needs to be balance in the finances right now, and that's going to be super important, that we need to keep things balanced. So if it's not, you need to make sure that you plan ahead. So don't hoard resources. Don't go like, buy all the toilet paper in the grocery store and think that you're going to survive. You need to plan ahead. If you can pick up, let's say, a few extra things each time you go shopping, and you store those in your pantry if you've got one, you know, that way you plan ahead for things. If it's like, okay, in your mortgage payment, you're really broke, but you can afford to send an extra $10 a month on your mortgage payment. Well, you're knocking down a little bit of interest. So you're planning ahead to try and balance things out. Little things do still affect change. What else can be done about this situation? Some honest conversations need to happen. So I definitely think that there needs to be some real leadership in a situation. Maybe you are the leader. Maybe this other person isn't able to lead. And I feel like this is really important, that these conversations need to happen, that the air needs to be cleared. Some things definitely need to change in this situation, because there's a lot of toxicity in this. And that you can't keep doing what you're doing because it isn't freaking working. So something's got to give. Something's got to change. All right, so we need to face our fears and make some sort of decision. That's going to be really crucial for us to move forward. And Queen of Wands, I feel like your confidence really needs a boost, that you need to go forward, you need to be more independent. And I feel like that in order to get that independence, these hard conversations have to be had. So what is our outcome? All right, Six of Swords. So we're leaving the conflict and chaos behind. We're calling a truce, and we're moving into calmer waters. Nine of Swords. So we're tired of sleepless nights and overthinking this, a lot of anxiety, and that we are wanting to be successful. So we're going to get the victory, but we we have to be willing to do the hard work. Some sort of fame, recognition, or some sort of like achievement after a long battle is actually coming through, and it gives us a cause to celebrate. A lot of wealth and abundance, a lot of emotional fulfillment, but we're still currently juggling this. So it's like you're on the fence. Could be juggling responsibilities, finances, whatever you're juggling right now. Something has to be released in order to find the balance. So you have a lot of choices to weigh. I always suggest that you weigh them carefully. Could be that you have a lot of choices in love. Fantastic. Choose wisely. Don't go out there and play the field. Don't cast your net so wide that you lose sight of what your actual goal is. If you want marriage and commitment, then you need to be selective in who it is that you date and who it is that you pick. Have standards. Don't lower those for anybody. The right person will meet them or exceed them. An 8 of Pentacles. So I really feel like you need to be willing to put in the hard work and effort. Work might be your main focus right now. You might need to earn a lot of money in order to actually have, what you need going forward in the future. But we've got to let go of this confused state. Again, we need to have those hard conversations, and we really do need to keep working at what we want. So 8 of Wands, I feel like there's some sort of communication that is either coming or is really needed in this situation. You want to follow some sort of creative path, or some sort of passion project could be coming in. Could also be that you're creating something, could be a passionate new encounter, but it's a fresh start. And King of Swords. So we got to use our logic. What did I always just tell my kids? Use your words. Be able to talk. Use your words. So I feel like you almost need to come up with a plan before you have this conversation. Like, think about it first. Don't do it in the heat of the moment. And that I think this person doesn't really resonate with emotions. So like, you losing your shit on this person isn't going to help anything. And that you just need to be calm. You need to be very matter of fact, because that's the only thing this person really is going to respond to. All right, so we have 2 kings back to back, and I said you may have a lot of choices when it comes to love. So I feel like you could be leaving somebody who is a bit of a tyrant, or somebody who's very analytical, very emotionless most of the time, and operates in logic and a lot of thinking, versus somebody who's more emotionally fulfilling, or somebody who's very romantic and affectionate. And 10 of Pentacles. So this other person may also be kind of wealthy, abundant, or you're coming into some sort of wealth or abundance. Could be an inheritance, lottery win, things like that. So it's time to walk away from what doesn't work. 8 of Cups. Walk away from it. You're seeking the truth. The truth is, if you're unhappy, you've got to do something to change it. If you've made bad choices, you've got to own that. You've got to be able to have those hard discussions in order to actually go forward to where you want to be. All right, so we're worried about finances, but they're going to improve. So don't be worried about the money. It's time to take a fresh start, take a leap of faith, and try something new. The only caution with the Fool is to always look before you leap. So know who and what you are getting involved with going forward. All right, so that's what I have for the weekly readings of the What the F is going on. So if you guys want a couple of free cards while we're live, we'll do that. Vanessa, hi there. Opportunities would be a relief. Money is handy right now. Yeah, totally understand that. Totally understand that. 100%. I think as a whole, pretty much everybody is struggling financially right now. And so we could all use a little bit of extra just to kind of make ends meet. So I totally get that. All right, we're going to do a couple of cards for the collective. If I could shuffle today. And choices in love, wouldn't that be nice, right? Always good to have choices. So set your standards high. Don't let anybody tell you they're too high. Don't be completely unreasonable, but, look for what you want. Don't settle for less than what you deserve. Like, the right people are out there, I promise you that. Sometimes it takes a long time to meet them. Sometimes we have to change before we're really in alignment to meet the right person, but it'll happen when it's supposed to. But there's no coincidences. I'm a firm believer things happen like they're meant to for a reason. All right, let's see. What is the current energy for the collective today? What's going on? Ooh, King of Cups. All right, so this is somebody who's very nurturing, very romantic, loyal, trustworthy, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. So he brings a lot of love and affection to a connection. He's emotionally evolved. So he's somebody who I call the ideal father figure, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. We have the Queen of Swords. So she operates in kind of opposite energy. She's very analytical, a lot of tough love. She can be kind of harsh, kind of abrasive. I almost feel like she needs the nurturing. So that she's less crazy and that she's like always thinking about the next move. She's always thinking about the to-do list of this, that, and everything else. Facts, figures, numbers, very black and white. And he's like, can you just relax? Like, can you just settle down? It's going to be okay. Just calm down. It's going to be fun. And I feel like you almost need that to mellow the energy. All right. So Ace of Wands, we have some sort of passionate new encounter. Could also be some passion project. This is a gift from the divine, so it's almost like a creative spark of like insight that you get to create something that you've wanted to create. And someone's coming in with an opportunity. So this is the knight in shining armor, lots of romance, lots of whining and dining. I feel like it could be this King of Cups that he's coming in with some sort of romantic offer. Could also be somebody new coming in. All right, so somebody wants union and commitment. This is definitely leading to marriage. So if you aren't currently married, that could be something coming in for you. It's balance. It's needing, it's really needing the balance in your life. But this is a solid, stable foundation on something that you wish to build. So if you're starting to date, you're looking for balance. You might be dating to marry is, you know, the usual scenario. So not just dating just to date, but dating with purpose. All right, so juggling things, be careful of that. There could be potentially two people that are coming in with offers. Both pretty romantic. One's a little bit more mature than the other, but it's not to say that, you know, an age gap doesn't work too. There's lots of couples that have significant age gaps. And Six of Pentacles. So we do have some money changing hands for the better. I feel like this has to do with some sort of creative opportunity or creative outlet. And it's divinely guided, meaning that like it's placed in your lap kind of unexpectedly, but that it will be lucrative. It will be worth it financially. Helps to bring in some balance and also to bring in more money to be able to help or to bless others along your path. It would help if I could shuffle today. What else does the collective need to know today? Wow. All right, King of Pentacles. So very lucrative opportunity coming. This is slow and steady wins the race, hard work paying off. It's also somebody who is very business savvy, very business oriented. They might be a business owner, might be an investor trying to, ooh, that's an interesting scenario. So it might be an investor that's trying to back you financially for this bright idea or this creation that you're trying to create. Interesting. I like that energy. All right. Seven of Wands. So we've got to stick up for ourselves and what we want, especially in love and business, and that some big changes need to happen. We can't keep juggling forever. I feel like some of us need to just kind of mellow the heck out, that we need to stop worrying about so much and we need to enjoy life a little bit more. And it's hard to do that, right? Especially if you are a single parent or, you know, you don't have someone in your life to help share the workload or the bills or whatever, but that we can't juggle forever. So we're going to have to find out how we balance some things out. And how we balance it is we let go of things that don't work. We create the change that we need in order for things to actually transform. There's some communication coming. I feel like it has to do not only with your finances, but it also has to do with this passion project. That some good news is coming in and you're going to have to be brave. You're going to have to be able to take some action. I feel like when this investor or this King of Pentacles energy comes through, that you're going to have to be brave through this communication. That I think this person's going to make some sort of offer and that it could be quite beneficial for you, but you're going to have to make some changes in order to actually see it happen. You're also going to have to work really hard in order to be successful. So if you're willing to do that, it looks like things do turn around. It could also be a partnership, like you go into business with a partnership. But something else needs to end. Like you can't juggle forever. So I'm picking up that this could also involve love, that there might have been some backstabbing and betrayal before. And so we don't want that anymore, that needs to end. And that you need to make some decisions about your future. Do you want marriage? Do you want to balance your finances? Do you want to travel? What is it that you are looking for your future? Do you want to maybe be able to retire early? Do you want to travel the world? What does your future look like? And start taking some steps to actually go forward doing that. We also have the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles. So the number 22 could be significant, 22. Four of Cups. I feel like there is an unexpected offer coming. This could have to do with love or money because we have the Four of Cups is a love offer. that you don't see coming. It comes very unexpected, but it is a gift from the divine. If you can see the little cloud there, there's a hand with a cup. So this is a divinely guided offer. So is the Ace of Wands. So both of these are meant to happen. You just have to decide whether it's something you want or something you don't want. All right, what else do we need to know? What is our conclusion for this reading? King of Swords. So I feel like we need to be careful of authority figures or significant others who kind of oppress us. Somebody who is very harsh, very cold, very abrasive, quick to anger, somebody who is all wrapped up in their head and not at all operating in their emotions, and that we need to be cautious of that person. I feel like the change needs to happen around this situation. So whether it's love, whether it's work, that you need to have boundaries and you need to stick up for yourself, and that those are the changes that are really going to help you be able to go forward. Could be a tower that, you know, is unavoidable. Could be like there's problems within this situation and that things really drastically need to change. And I feel like if this person walks all over you and you walk on eggshells, that's not healthy. And so it's time to start sticking up for yourself and let go of the things that don't work, because we're blocking our abundance. We're blocking all of our prosperity that's trying to come in. There's too much conflict in our life, so we need to be brave and have that hard conversation. It comes out in all the readings. I love that. And then we have a lot of abundance, a lot of wealth coming in. Definitely the fruits of your labor start to pay off. I also think it's this new opportunity coming in for a creative project. What is our final card for this spread? Ooh, yeah. All right, so marriage is possible, a lot happier days, a fresh start, a new beginning, marriage, children, the whole 9 yards, everything you want, a lot happier days. So let go of the toxicity, let go of the things that don't work, quit juggling things that you don't want to juggle. You've got to make the room for your blessings and abundance to come in. You need to start looking towards the future and what you want that to look like, because there are opportunities coming in not only for work, there's creative opportunities, there's love opportunities, and it's all within reach. It's like literally, what do you want? And I love the depiction on this card. So there's 4 cups in this card. Pick one, pick multiple. The divine is like, here you go. You want your happiness? Choose it. Go after it and don't settle for less. All right, so that's what I have for all the collective readings. I'm going to catch up with the chat. I like to answer you guys' questions during a live. That's kind of the whole purpose of why I go live. So let me get this closer so I can see the screen here. Miss Vanessa, have to go to work. Thank you. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Hi, Ron Nature. Good to see you. And Miss Mary, how are you doing? I'm good. Mary from where? Yeah, Mary, where are you from? I like this. I like the Son of Man. The Son of Man. The Sun card is like Leo energy, so it's a lot of bright, happy energy. It's a lot of celebration. It's good news. It's marriage and children. It's like all of your dreams, you know, being realized. So that's what the sun symbolizes in tarot. Mary in the UK. What time is it over there in the UK right now? It's about, what time is it right here? It is 3:39 p.m. in the afternoon here in Colorado. So I never know who's watching me from where and what time zone you guys are in. I went live a little later than I wanted to today, but I had a million things to do, so it just happened to work out that way. 10:39. Oh man, it's late there. One like the Son of Man, 5:39. I'll have to look that up. Not positive of what that one is. Let's see, 23. I have to do goat math in my head. So 11:39 p.m. there. And where are you at, Raw Nature? Are you still traveling or are you home? You're over in the UK too somewhere, I thought. Europe somewhere, I know that much. And did anybody in the chat want some free cards today while we're still live? Info Entertainment. What's happening, my lovely Info Entertainment? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. How you doing? One like the Son of Man. Yeah, I was shocked when I found out that every platform had one like Son of Man not claimed. I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about. In Prague. Okay. Are you traveling, or is that where you actually live? In Prague. Mary, anything specific you want me to try and answer for you, or just whatever comes out? You want free ones too? Okay. All right, let's get some good shuffles. Good, glad you're doing well. Love, let's see what we have from Mary. Well, the collective reading says there's multiple offers coming in, so we like that. But you're going to have to make wise decisions. So let's see what we have for just you. Oh, what Jesus calls himself when he comes back. Gotcha. Okay. Still traveling, live in Estonia. That's right. That's right. Are you traveling all summer? How exciting. I definitely want to do that one of these days. Just be like, no, I'm on sabbatical. I will not be available. I am traveling, enjoying life because I can. All right, Mary, let's see what we have for you for love. What does Mary need to know for love? Ooh, all right. So I feel like you are going through a period of growth and ascension, spiritually speaking, emotionally. You might be dealing with a lot of things. Could be dealing with a Taurus. You could have Taurus placements in your chart. And so this is a card indicating that things are transitioning, things are changing, and that this could potentially lead to marriage. So if you are single right now, that you are going through these changes in order to get you to where you want to be. So if you want to be married, you want to be in a commitment, that is possible, but these things need to change first. It's also important that you see things for what they truly are. So don't wear any sort of rose-colored glasses in love, and that you need to make sure that nobody has got you under some sort of spell. Don't get catfished online. Make sure that you meet these people in real life in the 3D so that you know exactly who it is that you're getting involved with. Super important. All right, let's see what else we have. Oh, could be dealing with a Pisces or a Taurus. And we have the Page of Wands. So this could be a little bit of a player. Again, be very careful with that energy. If this is you that like you want to be more playful, or you're a bit of a rogue, like you don't do things, traditional ways, that's cool, me too. But you need to discover some things about yourself is what I really feel like, especially when it pertains to love. So you need to have more fun. You need to put yourself out there a little bit. Go do things that you enjoy, and you'll discover new people that share similar interests. And you may actually discover that you meet some people along your way. There's also some wealth and abundance coming in for you, so all the hard work will pay off. I also feel like it gives you some sort of freedom and independence. So it could be like pay raise, job change, things like that could also be potentially coming for you. And I think that there is some things that you need to try. You need to do some different things. So like if you've been at the same job, there's no advancement, maybe try something new. If you have been waiting for like a promotion or something, find out if it's possible. Don't sell yourself short. If there's something else that you can try, I definitely think that's a possibility. And the Chariot, some more Cancer energy coming through. And this is telling us that there's some things that are going forward. So this comes out with Ascension and the Hierophant. So spiritual enlightenment, spiritual growth, let's see, needing to connect to source energy more. So prayers, meditations, things like that definitely help that. Travel is possible, some sort of new direction, and needing to make a decision about what that looks like going forward. Also the possibility of purchasing a vehicle comes through, but needing to find some balance. You will get some sort of breakthrough. You'll see people for what they truly are. So if someone's lying, cheating, manipulating you, things like that, you're going to start to see it for what it is. So make sure that you aren't under somebody's spell. That's going to be super important. And that the truth will come out. There will be some sort of breakthrough, as well as some creative thinking. And Six of Cups could be somebody from your past. You might be having some past memories resurface. Old friends could be resurfacing. You need to find joys with the simple things in life again and kind of let the past go. Hold on to the good memories. Try and release all of the negative ones that you're dealing with, because there's some good luck and some good fortune that's coming for you. So I do think that there's a lot more money coming for you, especially if you've been in a place of lack, that this is changing for the better. So good fortune is about to find you. It's unexpected money. It's not going to be something that you know is coming. It's going to be something that's unexpected, and that this is destiny taking control and spinning things in your favor. So let's see. Do we have anything else? There we are. There's the new love offer coming in. So it could potentially lead to marriage. The Ace of Cups and the Hierophant. So I think that we really need to work on growth right now, and that growth and finances are the two biggest things. So that's where I would focus, as well as having some fun in your life and maybe discovering new things about yourself. And that kind of opens the door for all these new opportunities to be able to come in. You will get the clarity that you need. You're going to see things for what they are, and things are definitely changing for the better. So this is an opportunity that comes in that kind of shake things up in a good way, in a positive light. And the Ace of Cups is a new offer. It's full of emotions. It's curiosity. It's like the honeymoon stage in a new relationship. So it's a lot of positive energy coming through in your love life, as well as your finances are changing for the better. So excellent stuff. All right, so let's see. Raw nature, looking for a place for me where I'd like to live for a few years. Awesome. So you're traveling to try and figure that out. I want to ask what's happening for my husband's problems in coming months. Okay, let me get another deck. Let's see. Let's use this one, if I could pick it up. This one's foil, so it's very slippery. All right, so info entertainment. What's happening for my husband's problems in the coming months? Let's see what we have. You're welcome, Mary. Hope it helps. Get excited. Things are going to change. Don't worry about that. Okay, info entertainment. What's going on for her husband and whatever he's dealing with. All right, so we have money changing hands for the better. If you've been in a place of lack recently, or like work has kind of sucked, that this is changing for the better, that there's more than enough coming in to help you pay for like all of the things you need and be able to be a blessing financially to others. But there's some sort of decision that is needing to be made first. So I feel like you guys need to face your fears about this situation and make a logical decision. You're at some sort of crossroads. All right, so you also have some things from the past that could be resurfacing, memory, feeling nostalgic about things, kind of how things used to be. I feel like you need to let go of the past and you need to focus on the future. So hold on to the good memories, let go of the bad. Four of Swords in reverse. So this is being really burnt out. Maybe you're burnt out with things. Maybe nothing's really changing right now. And so I feel like there's a lot of things that need to actually change or transition. Could be finances, could be that nobody's making a clear decision, could be that things from the past keep coming around because you haven't actually dealt with those. Could also be that you're a little bored in this situation. So whether it's love, whether it's work, that you need to be more motivated, that currently we're very bored and we're in like a pessimistic state of mind. And so we have to shift that for things to actually change. There's more money coming. So if money is the biggest obstacle that you're dealing with right now, and that's creating kind of a domino or a ripple effect, that we have to shift our perspective for that to actually change. We need some more balance. So especially in your marriage, I feel like that could be something that if it's built on a solid foundation, then we're going to be celebrating some good news. If things are kind of rocky, then we need to move towards more stable stuff going on in our marriage. So we have to both be willing to put forth the effort, and you have to make a decision about that. That it's like there needs to be some sort of clear choice of, are we going to fix this shit, or are we going to keep doing the same damn shit that doesn't work time after time? There has to be a decision made. So I feel like if you're repeating cycles and you're burnout, you have to make a choice. You either have to communicate what isn't working so it can change, you have to face your fears, or there has to be something done to stabilize this situation. I feel like there's been a long wait, either when it comes to things changing Could be future planning. There's travel indicated. So somebody's going to travel either for work, taking a trip somewhere, and kind of deciding what you want your future to look like. So stay optimistic, not pessimistic about this. That we're looking for balance and security, that we're burnt out of things not working and things not being in alignment. And so we have to be willing to change that. Again, shifting your perspective is going to be huge. And so if nothing can be done on your end, then this is out of your hands. If there's still something that you can do about this, then do what you need to do. That you need to shift your perspective, and that your emotions might be kind of taking over. So grief, loss, mourning, a lot of like guilt, shame, regret, those are all negative emotions that we need to change. There's lots of anxiety around money, and I feel like that's a huge thing that you're overthinking right now. There's not one person that I'm aware of that's like, I'm totally fine. I haven't lost money. I haven't, things haven't affected me, unless you're ultra rich, And so I think if you're just an average person like most of us, we've all felt it. We've all felt the pinch, like everything has gone up but wages. And so that gives us a lot of anxiety. We're overthinking that, but that leaves us in a state where we're trapped. So in order to get out of that, we have to face our fears and make an actual decision. All right, there also needs to be some sort of communication. There could be communication coming in from somebody from the past, old friends, family members maybe resurfacing. Maybe there needs to be some sort of conversation had between you and your husband about the things that you're burnt out on or he's burnt out on. And so there needs to be open, honest communication. What else do we need to know? And someone needs to be able to take a leap of faith and try something new. If you're bored and you're not motivated, especially when it pertains to like work and love, then something has to change, right? So if you want a solid, stable commitment and you want something to last, then you have to be willing to do the work. So if it's not working, do something to change it. If you're bored, spice things up. Do something that's out of character. Don't do anything illegal, but do something that's fun. Do something that maybe you wouldn't normally do, and try something different to change the energy. All right, so we've been dealing with a lot of heartbreak, pain, and loss. So there could have been third-party interference. There could have been infidelity, things like that. I'm not saying that this person is cheating on you, but dealing with a lot of heartbreak and pain. So whether that's things from the past that are unresolved, whether that's people interfering in your relationship, or there's a lot of heartbreak and pain from like financial loss. Whatever the situation is, we've got to shift our perspective. All right, and Knight of Wands. This is in reverse, so we want to be careful of things like jealousy and arrogance, especially in a love relationship, that things need to really shift and change. What is your outcome? 10 of Wands. There's a heavy burden that needs to be released. So whether it's financial, whether it's something going on within your relationship, whatever this heavy burden is, something needs to be done about it. That you guys have carried this for too long and something needs to change. There needs to be more balance within your finances, and it looks like more money's coming in, but it's going to take hard work to actually get there. And let's see, Knight of Cups. I can't read my own handwriting. So this is something where I think there could be a romantic offer coming in. That someone needs to take action when it comes to the love in this situation. And I feel like this is a lot of like old-fashioned chivalry romance, wining and dining, flowers, picnics, romantic dinners, romantic getaways, things like that. And if that's what's lacking, you need to say something. Things need to change. Money worries could also be a huge struggle for you right now, but this is the recovery period. And 9 of Wands. So your walls are really high. So my question to you is, if you're struggling with love in your relationship, if there's problems within your marriage, are you willing to let your walls down and let him in, to let these things change, or not? That is a huge thing. So you're going to have to make a decision. Like if he was to start changing and reciprocating the energy, for an example, I'm not saying that's what you're dealing with, but that's what the cards are showing. If that's the case, are you willing to let him back in? Are you willing to let your walls down? Are you willing to reciprocate the energy? Are you willing to communicate? Is he willing to do those things? And vice versa. All right, so some honest, open communication is definitely needed in this situation, and I feel like there needs to be some leadership for things to actually change. So we have to face our fears, we have to get out of this negative mindset, and if you want things to work, then things have to change. You have to try something new because what you are doing is clearly not working in this situation. So that's what I have for you. So if it's a third party, whether it's cheating, whether it's, other people interfering in stuff, then you absolutely want to make a decision of what you want to do. And if you think you're done, then be done. Walk away from it, because I think you can definitely have something better. Let's see. How soon is this? Some of this could be like right now, like the Eight of Wands is very quick moving fire energy, so it could be 8 hours, 8 days. Let's see, Swords is a little bit longer. Swords could be like fall, so September, October, November. "12 years of the same pattern." Yeah, I'd say he's had long enough to figure out what he needed to do and fix things for sure. For sure. I do have a timing deck if you want me to grab that. Let me see. One sec. Where is it? There we go. All right, so let's get some timing for you. And let's see if we can narrow down when this might happen. Let's see, when could these changes come in? All right, so 333, clear a path to keep moving forward. Don't give up and keep going. So I feel like you need to let go of the things you need to let go of, and you need to keep going forward. You're going to see the number 333 as a symbol that you're on the right path. 6 months from now, changes start to take place. So that would be about December. So in the next 6 months, things are starting to kind of transition for you. So stop asking, you already know the answers, and it's time to trust yourself. That's Spirit's way of saying that you need to listen to your intuition. If this has been 12 years, and I'm not trying to like pick at you or anything, but if it's been 12 years of the same pattern and nothing has changed in that time, what are you waiting for? That would be me personally. Like, what are you waiting for? If nothing's changed, if you've had these conversations, if you've tried to address the situation and it's the same cycle and nothing has changed, what are you waiting for? What is holding you there? If you're unhappy, leave. If money's the only obstacle, work on getting the finances together, come up with a plan on what you want to do and where you want to be, and get out. Go live life. Go be happy. It's going to take a while. So we have 6 months from now, so it's going to take a while. And wintertime, there's your confirmation. 6 months from now, winter, December, January, and February. So that's when these things are going to start to actually happen for you. So some communication is coming. It may take up till, Christmas time, January, February, but I do think that things will start to transition and change. So in the next 6 months, from June until December or February, come up with a game plan. Start socking away money. Start, coming up with, if you're not working outside the home, come up with an income. Do something that you want to do. Go start following your passions. Come up with a plan of where you want to live, what you want to do. If it takes leaving a marriage to be happy, and that's what you need to be in a positive state of mind, if that's what you need to do to be financially stable on your own, do those things. Because if this person is manipulating you, cheating on you, lying to you, deceiving you, why would you want to settle for that? You deserve better. Everybody deserves someone who's honest, who's loyal, who's trustworthy. Nobody deserves to be treated like that. You deserve better than that. And if you don't realize that you do, you need to start working on yourself. So shadow work is something I post on the channel every week. I do it in private readings as well if you ever want to book one of those, so that you can see what's holding you back, so that you can start living your best life and go forward towards your own destiny. We all have one. We all have a reason why we're here. I always say if God woke you up today, your purpose isn't over with. So you got to figure out what that is, and you got to start living it. You got to start doing it. So that's what I have for your reading. I wish it was better news, but the tarot doesn't lie. It's very neutral. It just kind of reads the energy. And so when things like that come up in a reading, I always take it seriously. It's like these are people's lives. These are real life decisions that we're making. And it can be a difficult thing to leave something that you've been in for many, many years. I've been in those situations too, where it's like, it's going to happen. You know what they're up to. You know what's going on. You see it for what it is, but how do you leave? Those are karmic bonds. Those are things that are difficult to break. But when we heal inside of us what is keeping us attached, or what is keeping us stuck, or what is keeping us in this stuck energy, and we're able to heal those things within ourselves, then we're able to release that. It's like we're no longer attracted to that. You hear the scenario of the good girl always falls for the classic bad boy, right? And she gets her heart broken, and it's this vicious cycle. Well, why does she fall for that person to begin with? Well, it offers her a sense of excitement. It offers her a sense of, like stepping outside of her comfort zone. The bad boy is usually very attractive and very appealing to an extent, but he's really broken inside, and that's why he's incapable of giving her the safety that she needs or the stability that she needs. And so when we take that into consideration, all of a sudden it's like, so why does that appeal to me? Well, their broken parts appeal to your broken parts. So when you heal your broken parts, their broken parts no longer appeal to you. So hopefully that makes sense on how I explained that. But that's the truth of it. When we heal, we're not looking for broken people anymore. We're looking for somebody who matches our energy, somebody who meets or exceeds our expectations and our standards. And so if you don't have standards, if you let people walk all over you and manipulate you and cheat on you and lie to you repeatedly, you don't have standards, you don't have boundaries, because somebody with those standards wouldn't allow that to continue. And so I'm not trying to make fun of you, and I'm not trying to shame you in any way, shape, or form, but pointing out what is broken and what needs to change, because you need to heal those things to be truly happy. And I speak from experience. I've been in some really toxic relationships in my life. I wrote a book about my experiences, and it's the link in the description of all of my videos. The book's called Stepping Stones to Destiny. It's for sale on Amazon if you're curious. I talk about failed marriages. I talk about relationships that were toxic. I talk about grief and loss and all of the things that kind of led me on my own spiritual journey to discover what I myself needed to work on and what I needed to heal. And we're coming up on about 3 years of my huge growth and transformation of why some things in my own life had to change, because I couldn't keep doing what I was doing. It wasn't working, and that I needed to fix a lot of broken things within myself. And while I'm not completely healed, that I'm not, fixed or cured by any means, it's a work in progress, right? We're always here to learn lessons. We're always here to kind of learn and grow, and we learn from experiences. So all of our relationships, good or bad, teach us life lessons. And so we have to learn to master those lessons. And some of that takes years. Sometimes it takes a whole lifetime before we realize, I didn't need to settle for that I deserved better. But when you finally heal those parts of yourself that it's like, I'm not going to do this anymore, I deserve better and I want better for my life, then those things won't appeal to you anymore. And you will start to attract new energy and new people and new experiences that are aligned with that positive energy. So I ordered 2 new decks that I'm so excited. They will be here next week. And they're about like positive affirmations. They also have curse words, which I love because, I have a potty mouth and I don't care. I'm an adult, so I talk the way I want. But they're funny. So like some of them were talking about how we need to have a positive mindset. And I think one of them was about motivation, kicking ass, and taking names. So things like that. So I'm going to start using those for our daily card of motivation of like, we don't have to settle for crap. We just don't. There's more than enough positive things to go around. There's enough negativity in the world as there is. And my goal is to spread positivity. That's not to say I don't have bad days. I have plenty of those. I'm human. But at the same time, I'm not going to let those bad days be all my days. And you shouldn't either. So you need to be mindful of that. You need to take into account if most of your days are negative and most of your days you're unhappy, that's something that you need to change, but you have to be willing to do the work to change it. So that's my 2 cents on that whole situation. Talking from my own experience, you've got to decide. You've got to make a decision of what's working and what isn't, kind of take inventory and then decide what to do next from there. So sounds like you have about 6 months to come up with a game plan. If I were you, I would definitely start thinking about what you want your future to look like. Anybody else that wanted to get some cards today before we close out the live? Got plenty of tarot decks out. I don't even know who's still in here. It looks like there's a couple of you. Did we have anyone else that wanted some free cards? Everybody's like, no, I don't want to air my dirty laundry now. They're like, oh shit, she actually does do this. Yeah, my cards don't lie. Plus I'm intuitive, so I pick up energy and I see things in my mind's eye. So I'll never read somebody like out in public unless I'm asked to, for that reason alone. I try and like close the third eye a little bit so that I'm not picking up everybody's energy. So big crowds are difficult for me because I get bombarded with all the information all at once. And it's almost like you have, radio stations, like 50 radios blasting all at the same time. It's just an abundance of information. So I do not just read people just because. That's just totally unethical. It's not something I do. And I don't want to know. So unless I'm reading somebody because they asked me to, I don't want to know your dirt. I got enough problems of my own in my own life. So I don't want to know. And I don't do that. So while yes, I can do that. I can remote view and I can tap into all these things. I don't purposely do it unless somebody is actually wanting me to do those things. So that's not how my gift works. And I try very hard not to, let's say I'm hanging out with friends or something and, my guides are giving me information. They're kind of ratting you out. I'm like, okay, cool, noted. I don't want to know. And so they're like, okay, we'll go do other things, but no, I don't purposely try and get into your business unless I'm asked to pull cards for you or I'm asked to channel for you. So that's kind of how that works. Anyone else that wanted to get some free cards before we leave the live today? Any questions? Next week's going to look a little bit different. I'm going to start posting a couple of zodiac signs a day over next week. I'm dealing with some health issues. I was talking about this a couple of times in the lives the last couple of weeks that I've got some health issues going on. One of my youngest kids is coming down from the summer. He's going to be here for 2 weeks. And so we're going to be doing a lot of different things. So I'm going to put a few less readings on the channel, some of the ones that really aren't getting any views. So I'm probably only going to post a couple of love readings in the shorts category, in the 1 minute category this next week, because they're just not getting any traction. It's taking up too much time to post so much content that nobody's watching. I'm going to post shadow work and probably spiritual guidance. And then we may or may not do a live next week, just depending on how much time that I have. If I don't have time, I'll just post a reading for you guys. But I do like interacting with you guys live. I think it's more fun. It's more entertaining. And we're going to do like a collective week ahead message and a collective weekend message next week. So that's going to be a little bit different from the usual setup, but I'm going to do individual zodiac signs for your regular weekly message. So from Aries all the way through to Capricorn, each sign will have their own reading. So if you don't know what your placements are, you need your birth certificate to look that up online. And you just need like the time and place of your birth and then an email address for them to kind of send you your report. That shows you all your placements, all your alignments. So then when you hear about Mercury's in retrograde or Venus did this, what does all that mean for you specifically? You need your birth chart to be able to see. Do you have this specific placement? What does that mean for you? And so you can watch your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus placements every week, and you can see what kind of things are happening for those placements. So I'm a Pisces sun. That's my sun sign, my zodiac sign. Everybody usually knows their main sign, which is their sun sign. My moon is Aquarius. So let's see. My rising is Scorpio, and my Venus is in Taurus in its home place. So those are characteristics about what make me me. And so if you're curious about what makes you you, you can look up your birth chart online for free. There's lots of them. And so you just need to plug in that information and they'll send it to you for free to your email. You can look it over and then you kind of know, okay, well, this placement is this, so I need to watch that reading. And then if it resonates, great. And if not, that's okay too. They're collective readings. I also do paid personal readings. Those are only booked through my email. I will never reach out to you for a reading, ever. It's not how I work. It's not how any actual psychic, medium, or tarot reader should work. We should not be reaching out to you for a reading. You should be contacting us if you feel drawn to do so. So you can only book those through my email. It's listed in all the descriptions of all the videos. Everything else is also on either the community page, there's a post, or the about page. Everything is listed as well. So those are how you contact me. My rates are listed, how you pay for it, all that stuff's listed in the description. It's also on the community page if you're curious. So that's kind of what we've got going on for next week. We're going to do Monday, I'm going to do your week ahead spread as a collective. So take what fits in that message and leave the rest. Friday, same thing for the weekend messages. And then starting Monday, I'll post each zodiac sign, probably about 4 of them a day, and then the daily card. So that's what the change up is going to be for this next week. And it's going to be that way through the duration of the summer, that things are going to be a little bit different. So from week to week, it may change because I've got a lot on my plate. I have to go have some biopsies done on my thyroid. I've got to go see a neurologist because they found some wonky things on an MRI in my brain. I've got physical therapy going on. My kiddo's coming down for a couple of weeks. So it's going to be busy around here for the next couple of weeks. So on top of that, I'm juggling YouTube and TikTok, posting some stuff over there. I go live once a week here. I go live on Saturday nights over there. So it's just a lot to manage. So that's why some things are changing. But I still want to get out and do all of the, at least the zodiac signs every week and shadow work. I think those are super important. So those are my goals for the next couple of weeks through the summer. And then as we get back into fall, some things will slow down and then we'll get back into some sort of routine, some sort of semblance of normalcy around here, which I am totally looking forward to because it's been a little on my end. So thank you guys for being here. Those are the updates. That's what's going on. If you guys are ever interested in a personal reading, email me to book those. And I have a list of all different sorts of options that I offer. The basic reading is going to be just tarot. So I don't purposefully channel messages during that one. If you book a mediumship session, that includes tarot messages as well. And I sit and meditate for a good 30 minutes to an hour before I do your reading. And then I channel messages from spirit. We see what comes through. If there's, passed on loved ones or information, I note all of those things that come through. You get a copy of those, you get to keep those, and you get a video reading of what we got, as well as your tarot message, so that you can view that as many times as you want. It's a private upload here to YouTube, and no one can see it but you and I unless you share the link for that. So that's how that works for all of my private readings. I used to offer Zoom and things like that. I don't have the availability in my schedule any longer to do that, so I don't do Zoom calls anymore. It's only done through either a live stream like we're doing now, or it's done through a private linked video here on YouTube. So those are the only options that I currently offer. It may change at some point, but currently I'm just unfortunately too busy, and I don't have like 3 hours to spend on one Zoom call any longer. So that's why I don't do that anymore. So that's what I have for your weekly live reading. I hope something resonated. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so if you like the content. It helps us grow. My goal is always to help reach people that need some help to grow or heal with my readings. So that's what I have for you guys this week. We'll see you soon.